Welcome to KIO Network's QRO1. Today, we will guide you on a tour inside the facilities of one of the most modern data centers in the country. It is strategically located 195 kilometers north of Mexico City, within the El Marqués Industrial Park, on the main highway in Mexico. It is located in a low seismic area. This data center houses the digital infrastructure ecosystems of several industries with the most relevant companies and organizations in the country and the region. Before starting, you must know the following: the four main pillars that maintain the availability of the data center, all with redundant components, are electrical power systems, cooling systems, telecommunications, security, and fire protection. Our world-class infrastructure in our buildings is designed and built under standards according to the best international practices. Let's start with our name. KIO is a Swahili word that means mirror. This symbolizes the essential elements of redundancy, that is, duality in the core components of our services. You will be able to observe this during our tour. What are our distinguishing elements? We can say that we have two significant distinguishing elements. On the one hand, we are an agnostic company in both telecommunications and hardware. And this means that we only work with the most appropriate suppliers, so that each solution is entirely useful and functional without forcing our customers to consume a specific brand. On the other hand, we have an interconnection with the largest digital ecosystems in the region. It offers an enormous possibility to lead your business towards direct connections with different companies and industries, giving you an infinity opportunity to collaborate with partners, customers, and suppliers. KIO Networks has built these customers' ecosystems over more than 18 years in the market. KIO Data Exchange Ecosystem. We are aware that today you require a digital ecosystem where everything connects and generates a large amount of data. We're also aware that when this data is correctly analyzed, it will allow you to predict behaviors, carry out strategies to be more competitive, and change the way you do business in the future. Due to the exponential increase in the volume of information and the new tools for extensive analysis, there is a global need to be able to send and receive these enormous amounts of data in a direct, fast, and secure way. In this new business context, this data center presents an essential infrastructure for mission-critical systems and the technological development of companies. Today, the business models of companies depend directly on their ability to interact in real time with more and more customers, partners, suppliers, and employees. In other words, companies face the need to share large amounts of data with teams located anywhere in the world. This enables business growth for multiple reasons. We allow the expansion of horizons to new countries quickly, efficiently, and on demand. We allow multiple clouds to scale up to their full potential. We train companies so that they can establish control over their platforms. We provide proximity to digital services. We strengthen cybersecurity by using private connections. At KIO Networks, we have hosted at our data centers the leading carriers, IXPs, content providers, hyperscalers, the most important stock exchanges in Mexico, as well as direct connectivity to the most recognized clouds in the world. Some of our most remarkable success stories are: we host the essential financial entities in the country. We simplify millions of government procedures. Now we are ready to start the tour. Join us! Based on the four pillars before mentioned, we will show you the infrastructure and critical systems that we have. This data center has 28,000 square meters of land and 18,000 square meters of construction. The data center white space is 5,000 square meters, 6.3 megawatts of redundant power with land available for future expansion. This data center has been designed according Uptime Institute Tier 4 guidelines with 2N redundant configuration on systems and components. The electrical system is the key for mission-critical operations carried out in our data centers. As you can imagine, it is not enough to be connected to the traditional electrical grid. It is necessary to have redundant power supplies capable of providing enough energy to keep this data center running in the event of a power outage. For this reason, the 20 UPS of the 750 kVA each and 12 power generators, each of 2 megawatts, are a fundamental part to ensure the continuity of the service in the event of power outages. KIO Querétaro 1 receives utility power from two independent substations feeders, which allows to provide flexibility and power continuity to the system. If the transfer detects no power in any of them, it will automatically switch the power supply to the preferred or emerging path as required. The preferred route reaches a receiving substation in which Bus A and Bus B are generated. Each bus feeds its distribution substation. In the event of interruption, there is a tie that allows continuous power supply to both substations. KIO's data center's infrastructure has 60 megawatts of installed capacity, the equivalent of Paris city public lighting. This data center has two and redundant power generators, which nominal power per generator is 2 megawatts. Diesel storage exceeds Uptime Institute guidelines for autonomy capacity. This arrangement allows us to operate autonomously for a maximum period of 3 days without refueling. The GPS switchgear synchronizes the generators. In the event of a power outage, this board automatically turns on the generators in parallel, and once they are synchronized, it transfers the load to power generation. For each data hall, there are 4 transformers, each one with 1500 kVA. It is worth mentioning that weekly tests are carried out on the set of GPS board and generators. These tests are carried out with a resistive load bank that simulates power demand for the generators. For lighting discharges, we have 2 independent protection systems: Faraday cage, Franklin point. During a power outage, when the generators turn on, we have uninterruptible power supply equipment, UPS, which consists of 2 1500 kVA power systems in a 2-end configuration for redundancy. Each UPS has 3 battery modules, adding a total of 120 batteries, which give a backup time of 6 minutes at full load. Each battery is promptly monitored for voltage, current, temperature, conductance, and resistance. The UPS is the heart of a data center. It provides us with continuity in the event of flickering of power outages. From this point, the energy comes out without voltage peaks or harmonics, and with the backup of the UPS's batteries. The electrical energy that comes out from the UPS is distributed by the PDU located in the control corridors of each data hall. These PDU operate at a nominal voltage of 480 volts and reduce it to 208 volts. Once the PDU reduces the voltage, it reaches the RPPs. There, we derive the power circuits to each rack in a 2N dual feed configuration. We have modular solutions, such as the raised floor, that allows us to make changes in an agile and efficient way, such as running electrical installations or controlling the airflow through the use of air dampers. The raised flooring system is modular and of the reticular type. It is composed of 60 per 60 cm plates, with anti-static characteristics, which has a concrete core and is under Ryder laboratory certified for use in computer centers. The elevation of a full plenum reaches 90 cm, which allows a perfect distribution of air in it. Besides, the cable distribution trays do not impede airflow. It is essential to mention that this height allows us to handle the 3 levels of trays. In the lower one, we have the electrical circuits. In the middle, we lay the fiber optic, and in the upper one, we have the UTP copper cabling. With this, we mitigate any interference by the electromagnetic fields of the circuits, and at the same time, we allow the adequate flow of cold air. Our data center white space design can accommodate wholesale hyperscalers projects, but also retail colocation customers. Expansion data hall within core and shell takes 3 to 4 months to be enabled. A highly reliable, redundant, and energy-efficient precision cooling system keeps IT equipment in optimal operating environmental conditions. To keep IT equipment in optimal and operating conditions, a precision cooling system is required. Based on international standards and benchmarks such as ASHRAE TC 9.9, KIO data centers maintain airflow within the optimum temperature and humidity ranges. It allows the extraction of heat that is mainly generated by the electronics of the IT equipment. KIO Querétaro 1 has a system of 40 direct expansion air-cooled precision air conditioners of a minimum of 30 tons each, for a total of 1,280 tons of refrigeration. Some refrigeration units have indirect free cooling functionality for energy efficiency. For KIO, it is imperative to optimize the use of electrical energy. Thus, in addition to having highly energy-efficient cooling equipment, we have also implemented the best practices in airflow management. For example, we design and maintain cold aisle and hot aisle plants in the cabinet layout, supplying cold air to the front of the servers and removing hot air to the rear. Besides, we implement cold aisle containments to avoid phenomena such as bypass and recirculation. The correct operation of a cooling system is monitored by the building's monitoring systems and engineers, who are on site 24/7. The BMS notifies the operating conditions of temperature, humidity, and percentage of use of free cooling. To maintain air quality, in addition to the changes of MERV 8 filters in the different layers, specialized personnel carry out thorough annual cleanings using vacuum cleaners with HEPA filters. KIO has achieved important recognitions for energy efficiency, such as SEDA Gold. This certification recognizes the crucial characteristics of efficiency in construction and other innovative solutions that allow reducing energy consumption in the cooling system substantially. We are a site that complies with Mexican construction regulations. We contemplate an anti-seismic design of a building structure to guarantee human safety and the operational continuity of the institutions or companies hosted at the data centers. For example, during the earthquakes of 2017, many institutions had to continue operating to receive donations in real time. Thanks to the fact that KIO's data centers like this one house this kind of institutions, they were able to continue collecting resources and operating. Due to the critical and private information the data center hosts, it is essential to establish security levels to safeguard the entire facility. Therefore, this data center has 5 security rings. Some crucial elements in physical security are KIO Link app for access request and validation of authorized users, 5 access control points with security guards and custody 24/7, man-trap locks, metal detector arc, and X-ray systems at the reception, access to critical areas through facial recognition biometrics and card reader validation, electromagnetic keypad locks to access the customer's rack or private cage, 24/7 on-site and remote monitoring of the facilities from the Physical Security Operating Center. All installations are remotely monitored on-site, as well as the fire detection elements, with more than 130 HD cameras with recording capacity of more than 90 days. Periodic tours of the security guards throughout the building. In addition, we have an electrified fence system with intrusion alarm sensors and photobeam alarm sensors on the building roof. And what happens if there's a fire outbreak? We are equipped with VESDA early fire detection monitoring systems, which allows detecting an outbreak of fire hours before it becomes critical. It works through a suction system and an intelligent analysis console scan, which evaluates the air particles and quality. To complement the detection, we have specific smoke detectors throughout the building. It is worth mentioning that the VESDA system is installed under the raised floor, in the ceiling, and the return ducts in the crack units. Therefore, we have fire detection at strategic points of the data center. Fire suppressions is through pre-action dry pipe dual interlock system in compliance with NFPA standards. The neutrality in our data centers allows our customers to be able to connect with any operator or carrier that offers the most appropriate services according to each need. In other words, the neutrality of carriers keeps control of the business in the hands of the customers due to the flexibility when choosing service levels, products, and prices. KIO is a carrier-neutral multi-tenant data center colocation provider, and this means that all carriers are welcome to join KIO to generate ecosystems for collaboration and information exchange. Our customers can benefit by having multiple connectivity options and telecom providers for their solutions. Our data center has 2 independent fiber entry routes where the carriers can enter the site and comply with the redundancy best practices. We have local and international carriers connected to our data centers. The fiber optic that comes from outside reaches the MPOEs, where all the carrier services are found, whether they are fiber optic or UTP. Due to the neutrality that KIO Networks wields, we have ecosystems that allow the interconnection of different clients for collaboration, peering, or sharing processes. It means saving in connectivity through cross-connections within the same data center, reducing also latency. A clear example is that as we have the engines of the leading private financial entity in Mexico, the different partners and suppliers directly connect. It allows the request of bookers and traders in the stock market immediately to enter because they share the same data center. We offer direct connections to the public clouds throughout the hosted local cloud on-ramp infrastructures of Microsoft Azure Express Route and Google Cloud Interconnect operating in KIO QRO1 data center. This data center hosts IXP, Internet Traffic Exchange Points, to allow local networks to exchange information efficiently and eliminating the need to go abroad. It improves the quality and reduces the cost of Internet access. KIO has 4 IXPs hosted: QRO1, MEX2, MEX5, and Mérida 1. Our managed services integrate the design and creation of modern business solution environments ready to be implemented in IT as a service. Through our consulting services, we recommend, deliver, and reduce risks and complexity in the process of adopting solutions based on hybrid cloud and multi-cloud, and they are operated from this place. We improve operational efficiency and reduce business risk by ensuring that operations are conducted with best practices and by supporting infrastructure and activities with the organization's uptime mission. This is the task of our internationally certified experts. At KIO, we also think about the impact of economic investment that could be cost to any business. For this reason, we offer a team of highly qualified experts to be part of your operation and technical support. This team is an extension of your company to provide service, support, monitoring, or remote hands. The help desk and NOC are in this area. Here, customer calls are received through a ticketing system for documentation. We have a comprehensive monitoring system that combines all the disciplines involved in mission-critical infrastructure in a 24/7 operations. Our building monitoring systems, BMS, monitors every critical component for the operations of the data center with key metrics and alarms in case of a component malfunction. KIO has started using AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, analyzing equipment logs in order to anticipate failures and have predictive maintenance and actions. Particularly in the case of electric systems, all equipment and operating parameters can be monitored in real time using an automated system, since all the different equipment is connected to the system. Everything that happens inside the data center is reflected in the functionality of the outside world where we live. From here, we make transactions with stock exchange possible. We facilitate medical tasks. We allow essential communication between people. We facilitate learning through virtual classes. And we share everything necessary for a significant technological transformation in modern society. KIO Networks, infrastructure and technology to make business and institutions reach their potential.